BarnBurner TV network on Zingo TV, channel 250. Please remember to download both the BarnBurner and Zingo TV apps in their respective app stores on iOS and Android devices. While you download, make sure to rate and leave a comment. Both apps are free. Zingo TV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire and Fire TV sticks, Roku and Roku sticks, and also on all smart TVs 2016 and forward. And tonight I have singer, songwriter, producer, Walk of Fame inductee, 8-time Juno Award nominee, 5-time Juno Award winner. The Toronto Star billed him as the local reggae king, and he is definitely a champion. Please welcome my brother in music. I'm a good friend, Exco Levi.
Tell the boy that introduction there, Jaja. No, that introduction there. Give thanks. You know what I mean?
Well, you deserve that and more. Once we run down what you've done from the minute you touched down in Canada and migrated to Canada, you've done so much in this industry, which people don't do in a lifetime. So you deserve that intro.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes. And first off, like I said, you are a champion. We got to talk about that single, Champion.
Well, Champion is I think is my last single that I've released. And it's ironic. That song prepared and mixed and mastered for probably a year and a half ago. And we wanted to put it out. And when we decided to put it out in March, in come the pandemic, the plandemic. So, and the song is really talking about, being a champion in whatever endeavors you choose, you know what I mean? So I think it was the right time, you know what I mean? We actually put it out. I received an email around 2 weeks ago. It is featured on a Pandora reggae chart in the States, you know what I mean? And it's a joy to see the respond, you know what I mean? So I give thanks.
Yes, and who did that track with you?
Well, that song is produced by K.R. Moore's Toronto homegrown producer. You know what I mean? I was introduced to K.R. Moore by Jesse Jones, which is the son of Miss Jones. You know what I mean? He sent me the track, and I recorded the track right here. I demo it here, and then I go downtown Toronto at their place and recorded it there. It was a good vibe.
Nice. In your home studio there, you got set up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's nice. And currently, I checked out your Instagram, and you got a big track going on, video ready for drop. It looks like fire, called Ball Game. Talk about that one.
Well, if you know Exco Levi over the years, I'm a great lover of football. You know what I mean? People call it soccer foreign. You know what I mean? I just probably around 3 hours ago, I just finished played my Sunday game. So I'm kind of sore at the moment, but you know, already. I love the game of football. I think it brought people together all around the world. You know what I mean? Even when I'm in Europe, I would visit the St. Pauli Stadium, Bundesliga in Hamburg, Germany, with Silly Walks them. So I really love the game of football. So this song is basically capturing moment with my teammates and playing ball, evening vibe. And that's what the song is all about. That's why we titled it Ball Game. You know what I mean? So one should just look out for the video coming soon. They're editing at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yes. Is the song available yet, or is it coming out with the video same time?
Yeah, it's coming out with the video. So we're going to release the song and the video the same day. You know what I mean? So it's going to be good vibe.
Nice. So we're going to take it back now to Exco Levi growing up. We know you're born in Manchester, Jamaica. And you followed in your father's footsteps. He's an artist and sound system selector. So how did Exco Levi realize, okay, I want to follow in daddy's footsteps and follow the music thing? From what age really did you start feeling that I want to do that?
Well, it started off because I grew up with my grandmother, you know what I mean, me along with my sister and other cousins, you know what I mean, and she used to send me to buy the oil for the lamp, you know what I mean, down the street. So I used to have the oil bottle, walking towards the shop, and I always singing. I could see in my mind like the ball field as a crowd of people. You know, I could see it. You know what I mean? And I used to sing my way to and sing my way from. And my grandma used to say, "You make too much noise," you know what I mean? Things like that. So
My mother
it's
used
when
to
I
say that
started
to me.
when I started to understand and start to realize that my dad used to DJ on a sound system in Clarendon. So
Okay.
he came to Manchester, which is neighboring parish, when he was only 15 years old.
Okay.
My dad have Exco Levi when I was 15, you know what I mean? So
Oh,
I
when
started
you
to
were
ask questions about,
15.
yeah,
Wow.
yes, I started to ask questions about my dad. Now people say, oh, your father, but DJ, you know what I mean? He
Yeah.
was a great mic man and chant at the time. So there I realized that's where my urge for the music and my love for the music sprung from. So start attending church. I used to play keyboards and you know what I mean, going to high school, I used to attend JCBC festivals, you know what I
Mhm.
mean, where we would play Dinky Millie Drum and sing all those folk songs of Jamaica. You know what I mean? And we
Yeah.
won and quadrille. But I used to always be the person who carrying the vibe, like singing the song and playing the drum and doing the harmonies and the love just developed from there, you know what I mean? For the
Yeah.
music. Yeah.
So while you were in Jamaica, did you do any recordings
Well, I used to be
before
in
you came?
Mandeville. Yeah, I used to be in Mandeville,
Hmm.
Manchester. I used to work after I left high school and left boarding school. I used to be in Mandeville. And one day, I never been in a studio before. One day I walked um to Mandeville uptown and I saw a guy with a book and a pen writing. And I said to him, yo, I want to find a studio. Just like that. I said, I want to find a studio. And he said, you're an artist? He said, yeah, man, me have some song about to write on paper. I want to record it. And the man said, yeah, man, a cargo, my name, you know. No, he said, my name Chicago, you know. Chicago, my name, you know. Man said, I want a studio to write this up.
Yeah.
And he carried me to a studio, you know what I mean? At that time, we are recording with Cool Edit, you know what I mean? And Fruit Loops, you know what I mean? Those times. And he introduced me to the gentleman who owned the studio, Stingray. But the thing with me, because I have the local knowledge of playing keyboard and harmonies, so the guy eventually respect me like he must say, oh, you know what I mean? So what
Love it.
happened is probably a month after that, the guy have to leave on a tour. So he
Okay.
didn't have anybody to leave the studio with. You know what I mean? So when you realize I'm the one who kind of can navigate my way around the computer, I can play keyboard and we can sing a little bit. You know what I mean? So he say, all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the studio, give you to control. So
Nice.
he went away for probably 4 months and we have the studio all for ourselves, me, Cargo, and the next brethren of mine. And that's where I started to realize that, oh, so I would give credit to Chicago, Cargo, as the person who actually taught me how to write properly. Bars, like 8 bars and 16 bars. I never know nothing about those things. I could just only sing and play keyboard. So
Yeah.
he's the one who said, no man, bar, this is a bar, and a 16 bar and 12 bar and music play off a count. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you know what I mean? So he
Yeah.
started to bring me to Kingston and he brought me to Bobby Digital. I remember the first time I've been to a big studio, Bobby Digital. I'm like, you know what I mean? And Bobby Digital, when we recorded the song with Bobby Digital, he said to him that, you know that this guy is a complete artist more than you. So I
Hmm.
was like, because him said, you're not a complete artist if you can't do your own harmonies. You mean you probably can't identify, but if the producer touch it on the keyboard and say, sing this note, you're supposed to actually can sing it. And
Yeah.
Chicago, they kind of feel a way, you know what I mean? And so from there, so things that start to go sour between me and him in terms of the studio works and Mary, and you know, but that is
Yeah.
history. But I would give all respect to him because he's the one who actually taught me how to write, like the structure of song and things like that. So big up
Yeah.
Cargo to him there, yeah.
But you would say before you were introduced to cargo, you're basically everything you were doing before was self-taught, like keyboards and
Self,
everything like that.
yes, self-taught. You know what I mean? Writing
Yeah.
an exercise book and things like that. You know what I mean? I never know nothing about the business. I never know about melodies or, as I said, bars and how to complete a song, to compose a song in the proper way. He's the one because he used to be in Kingston and be around other established artists. So he passed on that knowledge down to I and I. You know what I mean? And I give thanks.
Yes. And what was that song that you did do with Bobby Digital?
I
You
don't
remember?
remember the name of the song, you know. It was because we used to have a group named Flipside, me and him, and another brethren of mine named Lingo. So me name Exco, him
Mhm.
name Cargo, and Lingo Chill. So we have a group named Flipside, and you know, we used to, whenever a new rhythm release in Jamaica, we used to hunt down the rhythm, like to get the version, because we have the
Yeah.
studio, we have access to the studio. So
Yeah.
what we do now, and we would circle out the CD man them right through the 14 parish of Jamaica
Yeah.
to get the version. I remember when rhythm like Hard Times released. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? We are search one the rhythm just to
Yeah.
lay down, you know, just to lay down a vocal on it and hear what it sounds like. You know what I mean? So I
So
don't remember
now,
every song we did with Bobby, but we did a lot of demos on our own.
yeah. So what was your thoughts on that back then? Because nowadays, back then you're searching for a rhythm because you want to go on it. But what was in your head? Did you know anything about rights before you go upon the rhythm or anything like that? You just get it, right?
No, we just want to record it and have it per CD if you play it in a car and give it to the sound man them, man.
Yeah.
Because that was every day. That's what we do. We listen to IRFM and listen to what rhythm release right now. I say, hey, and I mean, I just want it. I remember all the rhythm release. Yo, this rhythm that Natty King bossan. And I mean, shouldn't bring your guns, come to town.
Yeah.
And so when I rhythm, I search the rhythm everywhere I go. I couldn't find the rhythm all over 14 parishes. I tried to find a CD man who actually have the version until someone introduced me to the gentleman who produced the song. And I say, oh, they give the man the song, but I wish to hear the man call me and say, yo, him like my song. Him never call me, but I saw it going, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Bet you wish you him did I call you know though.
So it's just a part of the growth. And I don't feel no way.
Yeah,
Because,
no,
you
I
know,
know.
yeah, we understand how life stay. Sometimes you have to just put your best out there, and when the light starts shining, people will say, oh, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember. But like you say, the late great Bobby Digital gave you the props from early on. And when somebody gives you that, that gives you the strength to say, hey, I do have
Yeah,
this to do what I'm doing, right? It's
yeah,
in me.
yeah, yeah.
So after that, when did you come to Canada?
Well, in that same studio, and I was in Mandeville, this
Yeah,
gentleman by the name of Triple Platinum Records, he flew down from the States and he want to put out a rhythm.
yeah,
And he came to the studio and he left the rhythm at the studio because I'm the engineer in the studio. I'm taking everybody vocals. So he
yeah.
said, listen, I want you to voice all the songs and the rhythm, and I'll come and choose what song I want to put out, which
Okay.
was not a good thing because, you know, if you
You're
don't
doing
choose a
all this
person
work.
song, I'm gonna say, oh, yes, come make him not choose my song, you know. And the man come, and when the man listen to the song, I believe a voice, probably 14 song. The first song the man chooses was my song.
Wow,
And
nice.
that caused one big uproar. I'm gonna say, oh, because I know the man, and I remember that vivid. But I remember the man said to us that he's going to Trinidad and he's bringing his studio to Trinidad to do some recording
Mhm.
in Trinidad. And this is probably 2002. He said to me that, you have a passport? I said, no, boss. He said, all right, you get your passport. Mr. Bamston get the passport. You know what I mean? Trinidad with the
Oh,
studio, everything, because he need an engineer, need somebody. So we live in Trinidad for almost a year, recording songs over there with artists over there. And you know what I mean?
nice.
You know what I mean? So for 1 year. At that time, my file was in for Canada, but it didn't came to us yet. So when I go
Okay.
back to Jamaica 2013, I spent 1 year at Jamaica. I started to work with Silvercat. Silvercat have a student in his house because at that time, Pro Tool were the hot thing, you know what I mean? And because I have the knowledge of recording with Nuendo and cooling it from that time,
Yeah.
I was at Silvercat studio doing his vocal for him and things like that. So I actually left from Silvercat house to Canada in
Okay.
2005. Yeah, man. So I came here with the knowledge of years of demo, a year of recording, and I remember listening to TPN song. I hear the auto tune and I wonder, 2005. I wonder say, oh, him voice sounds. So yeah, I wonder, you know what I mean? It sound
Yeah. How that go?
soothing
How
to the
that
ears.
work?
And yeah, and I remember everything. I remember every rhythm we release because I remember when I was coming to Canada, Dan Carlian, reggae rhythm them. I like the whole place, and me I come to Canada with a heavy heart. I wonder if me only get the opportunity to voice for one of this rhythm because you know yourself and you know so it's only a matter of time for people start to recognize your true potential and true talent. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So 2005, I came to Canada.
So when you came here, obviously you wanted to come here, but did you have anything in your heart wishing you were still in Trinidad doing what you were doing?
Well,
Or,
I I came to Canada because the opportunity granted unto me. You know, you look better life. You know what I mean? You have kids
Yes.
and all that. But
Yes.
my whole entire heart was back in Jamaica because I
Mhm.
knew that if the right producer hear me and hear with me, if you have and hear me sound, them are gonna like
Yeah.
the vibe. Like there's nothing, every fiber of my being know that. Like me know
Yes.
that because as me say, it's just it don't happen overnight because you know for your youth, you think and you think about things and you imagine yourself a tour. So you know say it's an inbound concept. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You just know say it's just only for the right person to hear your talent and you know. So when I came here, I just came here and life in the factory.
Yes.
And you know, the pay is not satisfactory. You know, all of those experience, and that's how I wrote songs like those. You know what I mean, going in the factory,
Yes.
but me I said no, so me have music after work because me can't manage a factory business. Yeah, me is a man that like boss. So
Yes.
me just know say Tanya, me just tell myself say Esco, it have to work. You have to try make
Yeah.
music work. You know what I mean? And I came here and I started to sing in a band called Black Eskimo band. I
Yes.
used to play keyboard. Remember? Tanya, you
Yep.
remember? I play keyboard and me I
I
sing.
was just gonna say that's what when I
Yo, you
met you,
remember
you
me
were
I play
doing the
keyboard.
keys.
So every Friday night we used to be at Oakwood and Van
Yeah.
in Toronto. Yeah, you know what I mean? And we are play and sing cover song and the vibe was right. But on this particular night, this youth came and after me finished performing, he came to me and him say, yo, you can sing, you know, my lad. And I say, hey, you think so? The man say, yo, how long are there? I say, me just there probably a year now, you know. The man say, you know, say, I want to buy a studio. The man say, you know about studio. I say, I know everything about studio. I know what you need, everything. The
Mhm.
man say, okay. Say, morning, say, Friday night. The man say, Saturday morning, may I come link you. Saturday
Yeah.
morning, the man come link me for the Jane Strip and the man say, yo, come and go along and create the music store.
Yeah.
And we go to the music store. The man say, yo, take up what you want for studio. Now, me this reaching in 1 year now.
Yeah.
Me take up a keyboard, me take up a Mac computer, me take up 2 monitors, like when me want to do a
Yeah.
recording. And the man say, yo, you have space to put the studio. I say, no. The man say, okay. My mother have a back room, I put them in my mother house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put the studio in my mother house. And the first rhythm I made it in garage band. I remember vivid. I remember the struggle. I remember playing it. But I make it like probably the Sunday. Can just get the studio in your blood at you want to see what it, you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
make it. I made it and I went to work the the Monday. I was downtown Toronto, right across from Much Music. And I
Yeah.
was watching all the mega stars come to Much Music and they performed and I was on the building top working. I was looking across the street. I was like, yo, you know what I mean? And then a virgin of mine said to me that, Esco, you're in Canada now and people in Jamaica probably think say you're rich in Canada and you're living
Oh
luxurious and
yeah.
that you know that me and you they are doing some hard work right now. You know what I mean?
Life in the factory.
Yes, he said that to me. I said to him, say, yo, for real, you know? But we were listening to the radio and I
Yeah.
heard Jack your song that he sang about Jamaica.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a perfect place called Jamaica.
Yeah.
Island. That's that song. He was singing that song on the radio and me hear the good spirit will lead me. The good spirit will lead me and tell me everything. Metaphysical knowledge, telepathically communication. Me hear the spirit say to me, say, why don't you sing a song like that?
Mm-hmm.
Just like that, me hear the spirit say, why don't you sing a song like that? No, me said to myself, say, but why would I sing a song like that if Jackie is already singing about Jamaica? That's how I answer the spirit, you know. Guess
Yes.
what the spirit said to me?
Oh, Canada.
The spirit said to me, say, boy, you live in Canada now. Tanya,
Sweet, sweet
just like
Canada.
that, me hear the spirit, the good spirit, telepathically communication.
Yep.
The good spirit said to me, boy, you don't live in Jamaica again. Remember, you migrated to Canada. And just like that, I came up with the melody. Oh, Canada, sweet, sweet Canada, please don't leave me alone. My home away from home. As me said that,
Yep.
me see the youth, they just said that, you just look out and say, are you right that? So the man say, yo, that bad enough. Just the man said that to me. I'm saying, and me said, Tanya, I couldn't wait to come out of the road for going to the studio. to try it for the rhythm that I was made in the day before. And
Yeah.
I go to the studio and the melody match the rhythm that I was made in the next day. I was making the day before.
Yeah.
And I recorded it, you know what I mean? And that's how it's all started off in Canada, you know what I mean?
That song went huge for you. And just because we're on it right now, not to skip ahead, you did that song. It did so well for you. You went on in 2016 to refix the song in
Yeah.
O Canada CBC Radio. It made it the song of the week. It's CTV News called it Canada's new anthem. And the song pays tribute to the foundation of reggae artists or artists in music.
Yeah.
So I mean, that just shows that the song did so well that you went back and refixed it. We don't want to
Yeah.
jump ahead, but I had to include that right now because you just spoke about the song. So from there,
when we recorded this song was one, but to get it out was the next challenge again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it was the next when we recorded the song because me mix it and me mastered everything. You know? So sometimes I listen to when I listen it now, my face starts sweat.
Yeah. Well, it's like any artist. We hear it back, you want to change so many things.
Sometimes I listen to it now, a lot of people. Sometimes some soul man come and say, "Oh, I don't want the new Canada song. I want the old." I'm like,
I honestly, I like the original too. Myself, I grab for that. Every time I play it, I play the original one. It's the first one. That one I love it.
Yeah, it show growth, you know what I mean? And every time I see it, I'm before it starts sweating, I say, Jaja, I hear things where you could have done better, you know what I mean? And even vocally could have been Jaja. But you know what? I have no regrets. You know what I mean?
No.
As I said, when I recorded that song, we printed, remember using Paycheck. Big up Rollers Production. The man using Paycheck and print probably 50 CDs.
Yeah.
I have the CD I give out, and I brought the CD to the East End, and I gave a gentleman Big 10. I say, yo, listen to this song, and the man listens to it, and the man say, yo, this body name, man. Say, man, I can't go get Ron Nelson. Big up Ron Nelson.
Ron's always the first to bust everybody. Big up Ron Nelson.
So the man bring it to Ron Nelson, like Ron Nelson have the artist program and radio in Canada. Reggae Mania, you know what I mean? And he bring it to Ron Nelson. But the first week, Ron Nelson played the song. Guess what, Tanya? Him play the song, but him don't call me name. Trouble. I start saying, like yes, you feel disappointed, but you're glad to play the song. No, me couldn't wait for the next week to listen to the program again. And believe me, I was driving from Hamilton in a snowstorm. Yeah. And I remember Ron Nelson came on the radio and he said, okay. I know why you guys is calling down the phone. You want to hear the Canada song again? I say, yes! Yes, Levi. He said, yes. And from this on out, I know, say, yes. And then when the program got finished again, me and the man say, people just keep on calling about this song. Okay, I'm going to play. I'm going to say, yes, Exco Levi. Hold it. You know what I mean? And from there, I tell you straight, the rest is history. So many things. Sometimes I've been someplace in the world, I'm like, you know what I mean? You just you reminisce from where it all started off, you know what I mean? Yeah. No regrets. What I like my viewers to realize is you came here 2005. It is now 2020. You've only been here 15 years, and what you've accomplished is like, wow. And that's what I want everybody on my program here to see, what you've accomplished in just the 15 years. Like you said, it started before in Jamaica, but the point is the path that you've made for yourself and the doors that you have opened, even for Canadian reggae artists here. You've allowed reggae music to be recognized worldwide more and kicked down some doors that some of the Canadian artists have been fighting for years to kick down. And me, for one, I'd like to thank you for that. Tanya, give thanks. It's the truth. You know, already, I've came to Canada. I always have great respect for you, your sister, and everyone. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's the music. You know what I mean? And the music unite the people. That once, sometimes if somebody don't remind me of all these accolades, I don't even remember them myself. I'm telling the truth. It's when someone go down to Brampton and see the star and send like them hashtag me. Yes. I remember say me even have a star on the road in Canada. You know what I mean? Because I'm grateful. Yes. Because I'm not ungrateful, but I know that there's still higher heights and deeper depths. You know what I mean? Because
Exactly.
you can't limit yourself and feel comfortable and say, oh yeah. And me know say in my spirit, there is way more to accomplish. You know what I mean? And you will see. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because my heart is yearning and just want, you know what I mean? But keep on
Yes.
putting in the work. Mm-hmm.
That's like 2007, just to show
Yeah.
you came 2007 promising new artists at the Canadian Reggae Awards,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like you did that, but you jumped from promising to Juno Award wins. That was like, it's like you went from promising to white, you know, it's like you didn't stop in between to make a few little steps. You just went down up like this, right? So you in 2015, you had singles before. Let's run down the Juno wins because I know there were singles before the album dropped.
Yeah.
Right? So 2012, Bleach and Shop, you won the Juno for.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. 2013, you won for Storms of Life.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and say, also
Times of
mention
life, if me can remember, yes, times of life, and then so this
No,
good.
no. What I mean is, let's go back a little bit. Sorry, 2012, Bleach and Shop. Who produced that track?
Penthouse Records. That's my
Okay.
first Juno award win.
Yes. 2013, Storms of Life.
Silly Walks out of Germany.
2014, Strive.
Silly Walks again.
2015, Welcome the King.
Oh, that is produced by a gentleman in New York City, Keelstone, a very known producer in the States in the hip hop industry. They are the one who produced that song. Yeah.
So right there, 4 consecutive wins in the reggae recording of the year. Nobody has done that. He's had 8 nominations, 5 wins. 2017, he takes it home for Siren.
Siren is produced by Reggaeville, a very big, one of the biggest reggae websites in the world. You know what I mean? Reggaeville. Yeah.
And then the nominations were 2016, Hello Mama.
Silly Walks.
2019, the album Narrative.
Silly Walks.
2020, Wagwan.
That was
Wagwan,
produced by
Wagwan, Wagwan.
that one was produced by a busy signal keyboard player, a very good friend of mine, Brent, Royal Tremor Music.
Okay. So you see, so the debut album dropped in 2015, Countryman.
Yeah.
That was 2 weeks after you won your 4th consecutive Juno win. You released, that's when his album, 4 consecutive Juno wins, then he released his first debut album. Listen to that, people.
Yeah.
So that is a big deal. Countryman has my song, Love Me. Yeah.
That the first day that album released, it went #1 in the iTunes chart. I was looking at the picture because they sent me the picture, and Bob Marley always that #1 for the reggae iTunes chart. But that day, I think I'm gonna frame it. That day, Countryman #1, Bob, and by the evening, Bob goes so shit. But I think I'm gonna frame it because it's iconic for me. You know what I mean? Just to have an album there right beside the legendary Robert Nesta on the iTunes reggae chart. You know what I mean? Great.
Yes. Then, not even reaching 15 years he's here, he is inducted in the Brampton Arts Walk of Fame.
Me and you.
Yes. 2015, 2016, and there were amongst greats, of course, Alan Thicke, Trey Anthony, Russell Peters.
Yeah.
There's greats in that Walk of Fame. It's an honor. Johnny Reed, Johnny Reed is the man who produced Gramps Morgan's People Like You right now. He produced that album.
Yeah.
He's working on that album, and he was inducted at the same time with myself. Nice. We don't even realize, see the talent we have coming out of Brampton.
I'm telling you.
Yes. So all this before 15 years. And then you go on to have your sophomore album, Narrative, in 2017. And you've toured all over with both albums, you toured everywhere. But the Narrative album, I want you to talk about what it was like working with Sizzla.
Well, Sizzla Kalonji, I must say this. This is the first time I'm going to actually say this on an interview. Sizzla, I grew up with my grandfather, my grandmother. My grandfather was a pastor, so we basically grew up listening to gospel. We grew up on gospel. This is long before me start record. Gospel. You know what I mean? But I remember coming from church one Saturday, and a friend of mine called me. I have a cassette player. And him put on the headphone for me and he said, listen this. And the man put on it for me ears and me ear. Get these words of the vine. All the empress right away. And to be fine. Never go astray. Hey, words of the vine. Yo, all right, now I sing it, we have goosebumps. Like, this is the first time you hear something out of gospel where I say, you know what I mean? This sound different. So guess what? I start to listen to Ellis Kelly every morning. Ellis Kelly, if I turn on the radio, catch my grandpeople, my pastor and Christian, I turn on the radio and I start hearing my play the song Words of Divine, and I say, you know what I mean? The spiritual connection, we can start actually feel it. So now me I realize it's not only gospel music give you that nice, good feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the first time when I heard that song. Then I started to hear Narisman, persistent is to try, throughout the special time, can't give up the fight. Jah is the way to life. All when you're down and in distress, never make Babylon know your weakness. All when, so that's the number start dig up every sizzler. I'm gonna start here. Don't tell me of your white God. Don't give me anything wrong. I say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Start feel good. So working with Sizzla, it was like a dream come true for me. And I mean, I was introduced to him by a friend of mine called King Isis. He's a herbal doctor in Jamaica. He have the colon cleanse and all those things. He's a herbal doctor in Jamaica, very known. And he brought me to Sizzla. And he said, Sizzla, Exco Levi. And instant, he said, Exco Levi. The man said, I like the song, just like that.
Aww.
Yeah, man. I said to him, I said, Daddy, you know, I keep a show in my community. February. The man said, write it down in the book. We're going to Exco show in the country. And I was at my show because I keep a show every year in my community in Manchester. I was on stage because I me MC my own show now. Me a MC and one of my friends come whisper to me and I said, guess who they are? I said, oh. He said, Sizzla. I was like, we can't believe the man say, yo, Sizzla's in the crowd.
Yes.
Yo, Tanya, believe me, the man performed from the community people in for 1.5 hours till the light out. Yo, this was one of the greatest times in my life. Just to say, Kalonji, in your community, you present Sizzla, the iconic Sizzla, Miguel Collins to your community people. Because I remember growing up in my community, whenever I used to see artists upon TV, I would hear them on the radio. And then just to have Kalonji in my community, I perform for the people of my community. The joy, the love, you know what I mean? So that's how the combination with me and him came about for my album, because that's where the connection made.
Wow, that's so nice.
Yeah, man.
So I want you to talk. I want to go back since we were just talking about the connection, because I did leave out something I want to talk about, because you said you're always looking for that one rhythm to go on or that one tune in Jamaica to bust. I want you to talk about, go back to Coppercat, Richie Stephens, and Donovan Germain at Penthouse, how that came about and you became recording with Penthouse Records.
Okay, so everything that I've done in Canada with the old Canada song, it did well and people know of Exco Levi. That is what let people in Canada know of, there's an artist called Exco Levi. That was like an introduction, an intro into the reggae industry here in Canada. But as I said, I'm a person that I never comfortable just being that, just walking on the street and one say that's Exco Levi, him sing the song about Canada, but me still have to wake up the next morning and go to the factory to work. Me don't want that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was still on the quest of finding the right producers, you know what I mean? And Richie Stephens came to Canada with Coppercat. May his soul rest in peace. He came to Canada with Coppercat and I met them at Nigel Studio. And I believe I did a dub plate. And him said to me, you see you? If you come to Jamaica, you're bossing up. The exact words.
Yeah.
Richie Stephens said to me, if you come to Jamaica, you're bossing up. And I said, Richie Stephens, I said that. So everything where Richie Stephens I said to me, it come like in my heart, I say about Exco. Because I know, but I'm still in denial of myself. You know what I mean? I'm still in there because I haven't received a stamp of approval from a known producer who have track records. You know what I mean? So I never received that yet. So I say, oh, yeah. So I say, all right, Jamaica. But before they left Jamaica, Coppercat came to me and he said to me that he always trying to voice a song for Donovan Jermaine, but Donovan Jermaine never liked none of the songs that he wrote. If I could write a song for him.
Yes.
I said, okay. So he sent me the rhythm, which is the OMG rhythm. I'll never forget. So I write the song for Coppercat. No, my world has changed since you came in. Happiness for me has now begun. Let me write it for him, and the melody is sweet, and I couldn't wait to go to Jamaica. I go to Jamaica and go over Richie Stevenson yard and play the headphone for him, and the man say, Exco, yeah, man. And I write it up, I text him the lyrics for him BlackBerry at the time.
Yeah.
And I went back uptown and him called me next day and say, yo, I advised the song last night at Jeremy, I love it. That him tell me, and I say, eh?
Yeah.
Jeremy asked Richie say, Jeremy and Sept a Coppercat say, it's not you who write the song. Who write the song?
Yep. You would know right away.
Richie Stevens said to him, say, you know, says a you from Canada write the song. And Jeremy said, bring him come. So when Richie Stevens come tell me, say, Jeremy and want to meet me, I say, me now come on there. I say, Richie, send the rhythm come. Let me voice the song and send it to him. You know what I mean? Come and say, boy, no, we can't manage the pressure. And this is the time of reckoning, you know. So everything we are thinking for you, look at you in your brain. This is the time for a producer with track record actually going to listen to you and say, all right, you're good or you're not good.
Yes.
So I never want to take up that channel by going there.
Yeah.
And hear
the
that.
Pressure. The pressure.
Yeah, so him send the rhythm come and say, if I bleach, I must the one for my clothes. Nah, you know me, wire it up.
Yeah.
And give Richie the song for bring go give Jeremy. Around 2 o'clock the evening. I call Richie. Richie said, Exco, I've been working with Penthouse Records over the years and I never seen that of Jeremy excited over nothing, you know. So him have the song there. So I start catch me. I wonder for the right song to sing. I wonder I couldn't sleep. Around 2 o'clock in the morning. And 2 o'clock in the morning, I miss my phone. I miss a call from Richie Stevenson. He said to me that, yo, they're putting on harmonies on your song right now in the name of Siobhan. Big up Siobhan.
Oh, Siobhan, wicked vocalist.
So you know, me not sleep. I said, what? The next morning, Richie Stevenson called me and said, Jeremy, if you bring me come.
Yeah.
Yes. Walking a Penthouse Records is mighty Donovan Jeremy, and this is the Academy of Music and walking. And I remember every word that Donovan Jeremy said. I will live with those words for the rest of my career, my lifetime. There are 2 people in my life, whatever they taught me, like just written on the fleshy table of my heart. Yeah. Donovan Jeremy and Dennis Jones. Everything that they taught me over the years, like it just can't leave me. He said to me, I walk into Penthouse, I said, listen, he said, you come to Penthouse, you're gonna sing some song for me that you will not hear on your popular radio station here, but somewhere in the world, it will be playing. I live with that. He said you're gonna sing some song for Penthouse Record that you're not gonna hear your friends playing on their phone and you're not gonna hear it on the radio, but somewhere in the world, it is playing. The man say, I like you. The man say my DJ is Bojo Bantan, you know.
Yeah.
But you're saying some things were different. I like it. Just like that, man. So 1 month, the rhythm was supposed to release in a month. Coppercat died.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So Coppercat not even get to hear his song.
Yeah.
And the rhythm. I remember VP Records put out their reggae. They had their reggae CD for the year. And when I look at the CD, right now I have the CD right here. Coppercat, the song we write to Coppercat and my song Bleaching Shop on the same CD.
Nice.
It was sad. It was one of the saddest things. I'm like, Jaja, me write the song for the youth and just to see how he was excited, you know what I mean? And it never lived to hear the song release. When I go back to Jamaica at Coppercat funeral, Jeremy said to me, say, I released the rhythm, 1 week ago, So instant, I stop in a man to go be a airport and I go song up on YouTube and put Exco Levi bleaching shop. When me look, me say 2,000 views. Me I say, remember, you know, me I come from a place where me put something on YouTube, you know. I mean, I hope it reach 20, you know, 20 likes or 20 views, you know. So I say,
Yeah.
no, man. Me say 2,000 views. I say,
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to reach a Canada. And I
Yeah.
come out for the plane, by the time I reach a Canada and Google the song, YouTube the song, me see around 8 different people upload the song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So there
And
now.
it went on to get it went on to win a Juno.
Juno Awards. And then Jeremy sent me 4 more rhythms. I'll never forget this though. He sent me 4 more rhythms and I wrote 4 songs right here in my house. And then I go to Jamaica. And the day when I walk into the studio, busy signal, sit down in the corner, Romy and Virgo sit down on the chair. And Bono is right there. And him start playing the rhythm and me start singing. And I remember busy say, yo, go on nice studio and say you're bad. And walk up the studio.
One I can't leave out. I need you to talk about the collaboration, how they mixed you in with the late great Garnet Silk.
Well, you know, a penthouse that, so them have all of the classic them, you know what I mean?
Yes.
All of the classics and that Garnet song, you know, I was born in Manchester. Garnet is a Manchester. I remember Garnet Silk. I remember as a local youth, I believe when Garnet died, I was probably around 12. I remember in my community where I grew up, I was the only local youth at 12 years was actually feeling what's going on. Every other kid were about their business, but the reason why I was feeling what's going on is because the sound system in my ear. I remember the gentleman come home with Garnet Silk EP when him first album by Bobby too. When him light up that one gentleman shoes, that one mesh marina said so. I remember that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the day when Garnet died,
sad.
My grandmother used to listen to the radio all night. She turned it down because she want to hear horoscope in the morning.
Yeah.
So she listened to the radio all night. And I remember it's just come like the Almighty, the good spirit, wake me up, woke me up like probably 1 o'clock to follow the whole entire thing on the radio. My grandmother just know, you know. But then I listen to the radio and one time I said, them not sure if I aim at the fire. You remember everything vivid.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't go back to sleep because
I know.
you know what I mean? It was a part. I remember it vivid up till now.
Yes.
So when Jeremy decided to put me on that track, it was a joy, you know what I mean? And see,
I know.
This
my heart goes warm when I saw that.
See this label, this yellow label here in Penthouse Records.
Yes.
That's why me have them and me nothing I brush them after. I remember going around sound system and see this yellow label and hope and wish we could have seen the name for one of them finally. And they have so much. We cherish them, we don't lose them. Tell them I tell the straight.
Yeah, that's like me seeing myself on Bobby Digital label. See him thing, I get that feeling.
Yeah, man.
I can't leave out. I want to talk about you also were on the Dennis Brown tribute album. DP Records handpicked Rasta Children as well.
Yeah.
You were a part of that collaboration of that album. And then your music also was featured on a television series, Private Eye.
I have 2 songs in movie. I have Welcome the King is in a movie called Chameleon. Yes. And then Private Eye now is a song called One Suit. I wrote One Suit heading to Manchester, driving up through the hill in my car. That was the last song I did for the Countryman album. And just to hear it in a movie, it's you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? I laugh. I said, Judge, I remember the day writing this song, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I call name man Dalton Harris. And I gave him the idea. Man, he said to me, I want to do the harmony for that song. Because he said, on the Countryman album, 75% of the harmonies on my first album is done by Dalton Harris. The reason why, he also have a similar upbringing story of mine because he grew up in the country. You know what I mean? So he said, listen, all of these songs, I could relate to when we talk about one suit, you have a one suit, you know, wear it until Christmas or until grandma. You know what I mean? It's the same stuff. He did
not suit.
Yeah.
No, Dalton too. Dalton Harris, God bless him on his success right now. He's so well deserving of that.
Yeah.
Amazing vocalist. In 2000, this is the one I like. I can't leave this one out. 2016, you celebrated Canada's 150th year on the New Year's Eve at Nathan Phillips Square. That was big here in Canada for reggae music, and you were the first to do that.
Yeah, I remember it was cold.
Oh,
The
I
first time.
remember, all I know is I was like just beaming and so happy. I got so happy, it sounds crazy, but because I said like you're breaking down doors that Canadian artists have tried to break down for long time,
Yeah.
I teared up. I felt joy to
Yeah.
see that when that was going on. And of course we can't leave out your band, High Priest Bun.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up
Yeah,
all high priests, with no great musicians, you know what I mean? Duke, Cleon, all of them, you know what I mean? They've been with me for a while, you know what I mean? And I really love the vibe, you know what I mean?
yes. And
Mm-hmm.
of course you had you toured all over because you work with a lot of artists as well. Summer tours, 3 performances in California. Some of the I mentioned some of the artists that you've performed with on some of those bigger shows because you all my viewers go on YouTube and search some of the live performance and you see Exco Levi. Like there's some gigs you see him in Toronto and it might be a few people. Nathan, of course, Nathan Phillips Square, huge, but when you go on YouTube and see some of these performances, there's a sea of people. They look like ants. So you got to go check out that. It's such a vibe for an artist to go out there. I know you come back to Canada and then realize, what is out there.
I'm
So
telling
talk
you.
about that feeling of working with those artists and some of the bigger performances.
Well, 2013 is my first time going to Europe. You know what I mean? I remember that, yeah, with Silly Wax, them, and that going to you, and I would appeal to all my artist friends out there. You know what I mean? Especially if you live abroad, if you do reggae and dance. Whenever this pandemic gone, even if you don't book, even if you don't book for the shows in Europe in festival season, just use your money and buy a ticket and go to Europe and these places and just to see the atmosphere, the joy, and the vibe. Because I'm telling you, the first time I went to Europe and came back to Canada, my whole vibe of the music changed in terms of I realized that it bigger than me. Bigger than I realized that Esco, all you have to do is just put in the work. Cause somewhere out there, same thing when that German tell me.
Yep.
Somewhere out there, people. Because when I realized that I was at a Rataton Reggae Festival, I have my
Yep.
own night. Me alone I perform. Me alone have my own night with a sea of people. I'm like, what? This is the first time I perform 1 hour straight, or hour and a half. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was closing some gig in Austria, in Czech Republic, in Denmark, all those places. Me I close it. And me never have enough songs to close the show. So you have to draw for the good old Bob. If you draw for the good old Bob, yeah man, all problems solved. You know what I mean? So because at the time I never have a lot of established songs, you know what I mean? Even
Yeah.
though we still have, but you know what I mean? Me give thanks to what me have. So probably 4 or 5 songs that people them know. But you have an own half set. So you have to just pace yourself, give them one love, one heart, let's get together and feel all right. Have
Yeah.
them waving. I remember doing all of that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. But how does it feel for you going to those places? Like Donovan said, your music will be playing other places. When you look out in the audience and you hear them sing the lyrics back to you of your songs.
It's a joy. I remember going to Zurich and the promoter we had sound check and him come to him forward to I and he said to me, listen, the only reason why I book you for my show is because of Penthouse Records. I remember that vivid. The man said, listen, from in the 70s I've been buying records from Donovan. He might say when him go to the record store, him know I know what it is because he knows it's of quality. Bobby
Oh yeah.
Digital, Penthouse Records. The man said to me, listen, I don't listen to Penthouse Record and Bobby Digital music when we go to the record store. Because I know it's of substance
Yeah.
and
You're just
quality.
like,
Yeah, so when he tell me that now, me I remember when Donovan JB said to me, I say, oh, listen, don't sing music for your peers only.
yep.
Sing music for the world. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. So it's a great feeling to see the people, especially vinyl. Go in Europe and I went to a place in the States to do a show. I believe it was in Vermont. And I went to a party before the show. And the man play around 20 Exco Levi and vinyl. Me not know the German release them someday. But vinyl. And I said, what? Yeah. That's how it go.
Is there anybody producer-wise that you would like to work with out there?
Producer wise, I think I always like Dan Carlian sound. You know what I mean? I like Dan vibe. You know, I like when he produce reggae rhythms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I think I like Protege them vibe because it
Yeah.
different. It have a little different sound to it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
to me, you don't really have nobody specific. Anyone once the music is right and it different, me I would have no problem working with people like that. You know what I mean? With producers like that.
And I know Pro today's artist, but is there any other artists you work with? I know he's a producer and artist, but any artists you would like to collaborate that you've had in mind that would you really want to work with?
Daniel Caesar.
Oh wow, he's from here too.
Yeah, I would like to do a song with him. I like him vibe. Him different as I always talk about his song different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man.
So what's next for Exco Levi? You got the 5 wins. Like I say, you know, see what's going on here. Me still a look fit take one of them for Boros for put on myself and just hold it for a day or two.
All right, I'm telling you. Tanya Mullings, right now, Exco Levi is going to a rebranding.
Rebranding.
Everything we achieve already. We give
Yeah.
God, we give the Almighty thanks for that.
Yeah.
But
I
right
just
now,
tease you, I tease you, with your June. I'm happy for you. I make joke to my viewers. I make jokes every time he wins. I say, "You can't give me a Burrows." I'm gonna dust it off and put it on my shelf and just clear the thing for a day. We have this thing going, but well proud of him.
why am I have deja vu?
Pardon me?
Why am I having deja vu?
You're having a deja vu?
Yeah, like we do this already. I'm telling you.
Well, we do have this. We'd always have conversations about this because I don't hide it. I always tell him I'm proud as my friend. We talk outside of having this interview,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's how artists out there we encourage each other and we, build up
yeah.
each other. And when somebody does well, you praise them for what they do well, and we're proud. And I'm proud, like I said, that you opened the doors. They gave me my 3-minute countdown. You're gonna have to give me all your social media. Let them all know your social media before we get out of here.
Okay. Now, Tanya Mullings, thank you very much for having me. Big up the entire team. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Putting this interview. It was really a good vibe. You know, I have a lot of new music coming out. These music, trap dancehall, trap reggae, fusion, some different sound. Because I have a lot of reggae songs. Some may have ventured in some new genre because I have to reach
yeah,
in these young people's headphone and on their Spotify. And that's what
yes.
Exco Levi is all about right at this moment. So thank you very much. At Exco Levi, EXCOLEVI, on all platforms. You'll find me there, right there.
Yes, thank you, my friend, for being on the show. Wish you nothing but many more blessings and more success to you. This show can also be heard on the BarnBurner Radio Network on its 122 platforms. Please check out barnburner.ca for all the news. BarnBurner, watch it, hear it, read it, download it, live it. It's the Tanya Mullings Show here on the BarnBurner Network. Catch you same time, same place next week. Have a blessed evening all. Take care. Bye.
That's up. Bye.